Hi there, my name is Eduardo and I'm the founder of Lucy Circle. If you're watching this video and you're looking to learn about what Lucy Circle is and everything we have to offer, you've come to the right place. First off, I want to say thank you for spending some time out of your day to explore what Lucy Circle has to offer. It would be important to answer the question of what Lucy Circle is. Right now, Lucy Circle is a daycare finder. What that means is we have an application with two sides. We have one side for daycares and then we have the other side for parents. And the intention is that by both sides creating accounts, we make it as simple as possible to find daycares. Our aspiration is that over time, as we get more daycares and parents on the platform, we can help out as many people as possible to make the right choice for the daycare that's for them, whether that's for their first child, or their second or third, and so on. I'm going to be showing you through this tutorial everything that Lucy has to offer at a very high level. It should be noted that this tutorial will be a little fast-paced, and we're going to be showing a lot of different features. So we strongly recommend that you start off with this one, and then you jump straight into the one that benefits you the most. That could be a tutorial about how searching works. It could be a tutorial about the newsfeed. It could be a tutorial about the chats, the daycares, openings, and so on. So this video will be attached to a playlist, and you'll be able to see all the different videos within this playlist and within the playlist that we have specifically for the portal and for the Spark application. So if you're on the Lucy homepage, like me right now, you'll see something like this. There's a bunch of different buttons here to help you out and get started. If you're likely new, we strongly recommend that you click this one time and you go through this guide to really understand what Lucy is. Let's go through it together. So right now, we are in what's called the Lucy main site. The reason we call it the main site is because we have three applications within Lucy. We have an application called Portal, another one called Spark, and a third one called Marketplace. The Portal one is intended only for daycares, and it allows them to create profiles, applications, openings, and more. All of the profiles that we'll see in a bit are created through the Portal application. If you're a parent, we have the Spark app for you. The reason we have a specific app for you is that within the Spark app, we have this concept of a circle, hence the name Lucy Circle. And the whole idea behind a circle is that you have a shared space that you can collaborate as mom and dad with all of the kids that you have to find daycares that match what you're looking for. That means that within this collaborative space, you can create multiple lists, you can add those daycares to lists, and you can create applications directly into daycares. The Marketplace app is actually coming soon, but since this video is going to be up a while, and the Marketplace might be released in the future, to explain briefly, the Marketplace allows you to find jobs for babysitters, educators, and nannies. So if you're a babysitter, you're an educator, you're a nanny, or you're looking for one of these people, you can go into the Marketplace and we have profiles that you can set up if you're a person looking for one of these people, or if you're one of these people offering your services. Let's explore some of the other buttons. We have a search bar up here. I can click it, and you see right away I get a suggestions of places that are around me. I could click nearby, Vancouver, North Vancouver, and so on. And as soon as I do any of these, it takes me directly into the search results page. I can see all of the daycares that are around West Vancouver. If I go back to the home page, you see right now we did it through this search bar. I could click this button, and instead I could search for a daycare by name. I could search for the word Montessori, for example. And these would be the daycares that match the word Montessori. Once I'm in the search page, I don't have to continue going back home. I can continue my search here and keep changing and adding to it as I go. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the word Montessori, and what I'm actually going to be doing is searching for a daycare based on where I work. I'm going to enter my work address, click enter, and these are the daycares that are closest to where I work. Now that we know how to search by location, how to search by name, or how to search by municipality, let's look at the map. All I have to do is click the map button right here, and there are all the same daycares that I'm seeing on the left side. If I want my search to be primarily map-based though, I can simply click, drag, and a new search is done for me. The search is always based on the center of the map. So you see now we have new daycares based on this left-hand side because our search is approximately here. I can click, drag, and move it to another location, and I get a completely separate list of daycares. I can click on any daycare by itself, such as this one, and I can see the profile for this daycare. I can see all the information that has been filled in. I can also use the arrows, right and left, to be able to see the profiles one by one. And if I happen to like this one, all I have to do is click here to open it up in a new tab. Now I've saved this one for later. One of the other ways that you can look at the map is with a list view, and you can also click shuffle to browse through them one at a time. Once you create an account, you'll have an avatar or an icon on the top right hand side, like I do for my account. You'll see the applications that you've signed up for, and since I have a Spark and Parents account, you can see that as I'm doing the search, I get an additional feature. So suppose we're looking for daycares in around this area right here, which happens to be the daycares on the left hand side. If I really like this daycare and I want to save it for later, it would be very cool if I could add these to a type of list. And that's exactly what I can do. I can click on this button right here for bookmark, and you see, for my specific account, I already have multiple lists. On your account, you might only see a single list, which is called the bookmarks. But over time, you can create multiple lists. So for example, this daycare that I really liked, I'm going to add it to my bookmarks, to top picks, and to nearby options. The other thing that you can do is you'll have this button on the bottom right hand side, and you can see all the daycares that you've added to your lists. So you'll see for me, in this bookmarks list, I already have 16 daycares. I have another list called nearby options, and this is the one that I just added. Another great thing that you can do with lists is I can add a section, and in nearby options, now I have a section for near home. I can move this daycare and make sure it's within that section. This is what a new example looks like. And going back to the bookmarks, you see that this list has a bunch of unassigned daycares, but then we also have some daycares in the different categories. We have them for top picks, for the ones visited, and applied to. I can make this a little bit bigger if I need extra room, or I can make it the full width. If I'm looking at it in the half view, but I also want to be looking at the map at the same time, I could click this and just shift it to the left-hand side. That covers most things related to the search. I'm going to click this button right here that says Lucy Platform, which takes us to the main landing page once we're inside the Lucy platform. You have your apps on the right-hand side, and up here as quick buttons that you can click to go directly into the apps. You have your friends, any followers, and the people that you're following. You have a chats button right here to see all the different chats that you've created with different people. I can click view all, go directly into the chats page, and open this one up. And now I'm looking at one of the conversations that I've had with a daycare called Little Acorn. If I go back home, I can now click the feed button right here. And you see here we have a newsfeed of posts from daycares. You can see this post was done by Little Acorn Childcare Society, and there's 3 others involved in this post. So it seems like this is a broadcast post from the organization and its daycares. It gives us some information about what's happening inside the daycare, and then we can keep scrolling and see all of the posts from the daycares that we follow. I can click on any post, and you can see all the comments that have been added by different parents. So the posts provide a great opportunity to socialize and meet other parents, or that are considering it as one of its options. We're going to show you very quickly what these 2 applications look like. We're going to start with the Spark application, which is the one for parents. Once I'm within the Spark account, you see that the UI changes a little bit. You can see in this demo account, I'm logged in as someone named Emma Wilson. Emma Wilson has a circle called the Wilson Family Circle. If I scroll down, I can see all the different lists that Emma has created. I could click on this bookmarks one, for example, and the same way that we saw them in the home page, you can see all the different daycares that you've added. I could scroll down, I could click the map button, and I could see only the daycares that I've added to this list. If at any point I want to close the map, I can do just that. And then I can switch to another list directly from here. Let's click on the waitlisted list. You see this one has 4 items, so we can see these 4 items right here. And in the same manner, I can show the map, and I can see only the daycares that are within this list. If I keep scrolling down past lists, I see my family profiles. So Emma has set up profiles for herself, for her husband James, and for her 2 kids, Ethan and Olivia. Emma has also set up a home location and a location for both her work and James's work. And Emma is currently on the family plan. If we go back up, you see that we have an opening section. I'm going to click on this one, which says Ethan Wilson, to learn a little bit more about what this is. This is called a daycare request. This daycare request can specify a location, schedule preferences, and other types of preferences like languages, amenities, and so on. And after you create and publish a daycare request, you can click on daycares near you, and it's going to show you daycares around you that specifically match your location and the languages that you set up for your preference. Similar to the home page, you can click on any of these to preview and to shuffle through them. If you like any of them, you can click the list button and you can add them to one or many of your lists. But what's more important than daycares around you is potential matches for daycares that have current openings. And that's what matches is. If I go into matches, you see that right here we have a single match, we have a second match, and then we have a third match. This means that based on the preferences that Emma set up for her son Ethan, we have 3 daycares that are potential good matches. We have one in downtown Vancouver, within 50 meters of where she lives. We have another one that's 11 kilometers away, and another one that's about 5 to 6 kilometers away. For each one of these, you can expand it, and you can see all the different types of openings that it has. This one has openings for tours and for registration. So for any of the openings, you could click this button right here, and you could get a preview of everything that the daycare wrote about this potential opening. If you think it's a good fit, what you could do next is click Go to Profile, and it'll give you all the instructions at their profile level for how you can apply, how you can be added to a wait list, or how you can send them a message to take the next steps. You also have a contact form if the daycare has decided to add some contact information. That covers everything related to Spark. We're going to switch over now to the Portal application to show you everything that it has to offer. I'm going to click on here Portal to go to the application. And you see what I'm looking at right now is an organization and a set of daycares that have already been created. Let's explore what the organization homepage has to offer. Like we mentioned before, we have the organization, all of the daycares listing, and the programs. Within each daycare, it's important to note that we have one location. One daycare always refers to one specific location. If your daycare happens to have multiple things at a single location, that's what we have programs for. So programs are things that exist within daycares, but the other cool thing is that programs can be reused. So for example, this infants program could actually exist at one or multiple of the daycares. And that allows us to only create the program once and not have to manage the same program in multiple places. If we scroll down to the next section, we see that we have availability and openings. Availability refers to the capacity and occupancy. So as we saw in the card above, we have 3 different daycares. This daycare has a capacity of 70 kids, and right now we filled in 60 of them. Therefore, 70 minus 60 states that we have 10 potential openings. However, this does not mean that we want to promote the 10 spots. So this is where openings is separate. Openings allows us to promote only as many spots as we're looking to fill in one given time. So for the same daycare above, you can see this one is for Willow Park. In Willow Park right here, it says that we have capacity of 52, occupancy of 45, and we have total of 7 available spots. In the case for Willow Park, we actually do fill up those spots, but we fill it up in different programs. We have 4 spots open for the elementary school program at Willow Park, and we have 3 spots available for the infants program at Willow Park as well. So the total of 3 plus 4 does make up 7 in this example. But in the third example below, as you see, although Meadowbridge says there's total of 15 available spots, we are only promoting 6 of them. So we're leaving an extra little buffer in case of emergencies. On the right hand side, you see that we have the current plan that we're on. We have this button to explore any of the paid plans that are offered. We have our drive, and then we have all the different resources that we attach to daycares. That includes galleries, the different locations, and the contact email and phone numbers. The intention of the organization page is that it's a high-level overview of everything that you can manage within the Portal application. We can go into each of the tabs to see each one in a little bit more detail. For example, within Profiles, I can see all the different profiles. Within Enrollment, I can manage the availability separate, both in List View and Table View. I have the ability also to see the openings that we've created. And then we have Resources, where we see everything that we saw on the homepage again. The Resources page allows us to set the locations, the emails, the phones, operating hours, and any amenities from one single place rather than profile by profile. In the drive, we can see all of the photos that we've uploaded to this private drive. This private drive is owned by the organization and only accessible to you. The cool thing is that from this drive, we can actually click Photos Linked, and we can see all of the photos that are linked to the different galleries and different icons on the profiles. If you remember on the main Lucy platform, organizations and daycares can create posts. So here we're looking at the example for the posts that have been created by this organization and its daycares. We have a broadcast post right here. We have a second post right here that is only specific to one of the daycares, and so on. You can manage everything as a daycare from within here, So you can click Start Post to create a new post. You get some great examples on the right-hand side as well. Or for any individual post, you can click into it and see all of the information related to it. Back in the feed, if any of the posts have reactions and comments from parents, what I could do is I could click on the images and I could open it up in the full screen mode. I get a chance to see all of the photos that were attached to this post, and I get a chance to also see all of the reactions from the different parents and all of the comments as well and the conversation that emerged. Posts provide an amazing opportunity to be able to interact both with parents that are interested in potentially joining your daycare and the ones that are currently inside as well. Another very important feature about Lucy Circle is the ability to get some insight as to whether parents are seeing your different profiles. So when we click Analytics, you can see that over the last 30 days, we've started to get some views and clicks on the profiles that we have. Specifically, we can see profile by profile the number of total views, impressions, and the conversion rate of each one. We can also get a breakdown of all the different types of traffic that we have, whether that's page views, unique visitors, impressions, follows, and ratings, and more. And we can get more information about that in the Profiles section of the Analytics, Posts, Follows, and Ratings. There's so much more that you can explore, and if you are interested to learning more about the platform, we strongly recommend all the portal tutorials that we've created for you. That covers everything that we currently have in the Lucy platform. We have a bunch more things coming soon, such as educator jobs and educator profiles, where we'll have a similar type of matching algorithm to match educators that are looking for jobs and the daycares that are looking for educators. We're also going to be offering the same thing for nannies, for au pairs, and for babysitters as well. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you made it this far, thank you again for watching this video. And we strongly recommend that you watch the next set of tutorials that we have as well.